Before we traveled to Morocco, people told us many crazy stories. Morocco is really dangerous. The food in Morocco is not really that great. You will struggle with getting good internet connection because it's Africa. Don't get scammed. Morocco is so third world. It's Africa. Why are you going there? However, the truth is, this is the real Morocco. Welcome back to another video here about the beautiful country of Morocco, and as you can see today I am joined by the beautiful Aya this morning, my daughter, and I just wanted to bring her on here just to say hi to everyone because so many of you have been so kind in the comments and leaving such lovely words about Aya in our videos, so I think it was only fair to say hello to everyone. Yes, she's so busy looking around my studio at the moment and all the colors and stuff, so I won't keep her too long, but just wanted to bring her on to say hi to you guys as well. And guys, if you are new here to my channel, my name is Yad. I'm originally Kurdish, but I've been living in the UK all my life, and I've been traveling the world for the last number of years, showing some of the beautiful places that you guys have to visit. But in this video specifically, I really wanted to cover Morocco and some of the important things that we learned during our travel in Morocco. And just to let you guys know, this is definitely not the last video of Morocco. We've got so many more episodes to come, but I've got some interesting videos to talk to you guys about just before we get back to some of the adventures in Morocco. So I think Aya is ready to go to sleep now, guys, because she has been a little fussy. So say bye to everyone, Aya. Bye. Firstly, I just want to thank every single one of you for watching our Morocco videos up until now. As I mentioned, we have got so many more incredible adventures planned in the country of Morocco. I can't wait to share it all with you. But today I wanted to share a very, very important video with you guys. And it's a video where it shares the true beauty of Morocco and debunks some of the myths and stories that people talk about Morocco before actually coming and witnessing it for itself. In today's video, we're diving into a country that's a tapestry of rich history, stunning landscape, and vibrant culture. We'll also be talking about the honest truth about Morocco life, the people, the city, and diving deep into its culture. But hold on tight, because we discovered some truly shocking things about Morocco that we actually did not expect. Before we visited Morocco, as mentioned earlier in this video, we had a lot of people that said so many things to be careful about in Morocco. It's not safe, it's not this, it's not that. But after spending 6 weeks in Morocco so far and traveling nearly the whole country, ready to talk about these with you and if they are the honest truth or not. Now, before we jump into the reasons why Morocco actually shocked us and went against a lot of the things that people said, I just want to dive into some really important facts about Morocco first. Morocco is a melting pot of cultures, from its Arabic, Berber, and French influences to its fascinating history seen in cities like Marrakech and Fez. This country's cultural tapestry literally blew our mind. Did you actually know that Morocco has ancient Roman ruins as well? Morocco has a population of over 37.8 million people and forever growing, and their capital city is Rabat. And just a correction, it's not Marrakech, because a lot of people actually that I've spoken to about Morocco, everybody thinks that Marrakech is the capital city because everybody typically talks about Marrakech. It's one of the most talked about cities in the whole of Morocco. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you thought Marrakech was also the capital. Now, let's begin by talking about some of those important points that I mentioned earlier in the video. Number one, Morocco is really dangerous. Is it? So when I first arrived at the airport, it was nighttime, and the first thing I can say, I felt nothing but safe as soon as I landed in the airport. The staff and the professionalism from the airport security and taxi service when you actually come out of the airport is so efficient, and everybody's so helpful, and they make you feel very welcome as soon as you walk through the Marrakech doors. I took a taxi into the center of Marrakech, and it was nighttime, and we walked around so much in the night and day, and not once did we feel that it was dangerous. People across Morocco are so friendly and are always willing to help if you need a helping hand. The only time I would say that I felt there was some form of danger or anything along those lines was actually when we were driving out of Casablanca. because we did like a huge road trip in Morocco, and when you drive out of Casablanca onto the motorway, it seemed like there was an area of a lot of migrants, and they were all kind of sleeping rough on the street, on the motorway area. Fortunately, wasn't able to take any videos of it because obviously I was driving, but that was the only time I felt a little bit, I would say, uneasy, because when we were leaving to get onto the motorway, I think we drove from Casablanca to Rabat, when we took that route, as we were coming off the motorway, there was just it seemed like some migrants just intimidating some of the drivers getting onto the motorway. Like some guy was pretending to slingshot like a rock at cars, but he wasn't actually doing it. But that was the only time that I felt a little bit uneasy, and I was a bit like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But other than that, as I say, the whole of Morocco, everywhere we went was super safe. And just like any country in the world, guys, it doesn't matter if it's Dubai, Morocco, London, Spain, France, you always got to have your wits about you. You always have to make sure that, you know, you're not walking around flashing jewelry, gold, or, you know, cameras or your phone. I mean, you can do those things, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, just be careful, be mindful, because there are some areas, like anywhere in the world, that if you do flash about, then there may be some people that unfortunately might want to do something untoward. Police there are so friendly, super helpful, super efficient, and there's so many stops on the way. They're always making sure that drivers are doing the right thing. There's loads of police cameras, there's loads of speed checks to make sure that people are not speeding, the roads are safe. I mean, let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think that have previously visited Morocco? Number 2, the food in Morocco is not the best. Now, this line I was very shocked with, because I was expecting to come to Morocco and the food not being that great. However, me and my wife actually took a Moroccan cooking class, and it was honestly some of the best food and dishes we've ever had in our life. We cooked beef tagine, chicken tagine, the meatball tagine with the egg, and all the spices and everything, the salads that went with it. It was just absolutely delicious. It was one of the best, I'll say, cuisines I've ever had in my life. So I was just truly shocked to go against that perception, because not everybody, a small select of people before we went to Morocco said the food is not great, it's just tagines and it's not very tasty. But just also a correction there, a tagine is not actually a dish, for people that are wondering what a tagine is. A tagine is actually a way of cooking. It's the kind of clay pot, typically they're orange, and they've got the base and they've got the top that just goes onto it, and that's just a way of cooking. And basically how it works, when you're actually cooking the meat, you're not supposed to lift the lid at all during the cooking process, so you keep all the steam and all the flavors soaked in. But yeah, that just debunked that whole thing of food not being great. Now the next one, you will struggle to get good internet in Morocco because it's Africa. Now before I traveled to Morocco, I looked online to get some reviews on YouTube, and a lot of people were actually complaining at how bad the internet was, but it's totally wrong. The internet is very good. For me as a YouTuber, it was huge, and it was a red flag, because someone that relies on good internet and safe internet, I need a country that has both of those aspects. And as soon as you actually land in the airport, there is a SIM card service where it costs, I think it was about 30 or 40 euros, and you get about 30 or 40 GB as well. So in terms of the phone internet, it's very good. Furthermore, if you're staying in Airbnbs, that's probably where you're going to get the best internet. Hotels may not give you the best internet because that's not their priority. However, if you stay in Airbnbs like we did in most of the places we went to in Morocco, our internet speed was incredible. It was very fast. And now this actually brings me on to internet safety. And that's a big red flag that a lot of people kept asking me when I was in Morocco. And I actually just want to thank today's sponsor, which is actually NordVPN, for sponsoring today's video. Here are my 3 reasons personally why I think you should get a VPN, whether you're in Morocco, whether you're traveling, or even in your home country. The first reason is probably the most obvious, and it should be to most, is when you are traveling, guys, when you connect to public Wi-Fi's, your internet and your data is exposed to all the hackers that are essentially out there. Public Wi-Fi's are essentially a hacker's playground. It leaves all your personal information vulnerable. And what NordVPN does, it acts as a shield against all of these hackers. And number 2, why you should definitely have a VPN. When I was traveling through Dubai, I Things like WhatsApp didn't work, which is just crazy. And there are a few other countries that are like that. And when you've got something like a NordVPN, you can essentially mask your internet where you can choose the location that you are in. For example, if you're in the UAE, you can change it to the UK, US, or places that don't have those type of restrictions. And the next thing is unlocking geo-restricted content. And what I mean by that, guys, is for my Netflix lovers out there that love watching their movies, but are not able to, let's say, watch movies that are over in the US and you're based over in the UAE, for example, with the VPN, you can change your location to being based in the US, for example, and you unlock a whole new library of movies from Netflix, which is just incredible. And you're probably wondering how a VPN actually works. It's very simple. Essentially, a VPN encrypts your data, making it unreadable to hackers or anyone trying to basically steal it. So what the encryption does, it secures all your online activity. So if you're trying to buy anything online with your bank card or just surfing, nobody can see what it is that you're doing. And one thing I really love as well about NordVPN, it's actually the fastest VPN out there. So there you have it, guys. Whether you want to safeguard your privacy, access restricted services, or unlocking Netflix's wider movies, NordVPN will have you covered. Click on the link below, which is just www.nordvpn/yadventures. When you sign up to a 2-year plan, you get 4 months for free. And the best part, there is no risk as they offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you change your mind, you've got that option available to you. Next on the list is don't get scammed. This is one of the biggest things in Morocco. Before we went, everybody said how you have to be super careful, don't get scammed because it's such a big thing in Morocco. Now, I've seen many videos about getting scammed in Morocco. Personally, I feel the word scammed is harsh, as in Morocco, even the locals tell you that it's a country where you can always negotiate. And here's an example of that.
In Morocco, you can negotiate for the price. It's
yes, of course. Yeah, of course. So we can negotiate. Yeah, of course. So
that was my first price.
I love that you're honest.
The locals will always raise their prices for tourists, and it is like this everywhere except for the West. So when people from the West come to places like Africa, Middle East, they think they're getting scammed. But the reality is, if you stand your ground and have an idea of how much you want to pay for something before asking for the price, you can start to negotiate from that amount. For example, if you walk into a shop and you see like a nice Moroccan outfit that you like, and you've just got a price in your mind, let's say $20, $30 maximum you want to pay for that, just work out how much it is in dirhams, which is the Moroccan currency, and just have that number in your mind. So if they come up with a number that's like, 2-3 times that amount, then you have a rough idea that, okay, they're obviously trying to upsell me and trying to get kind of that high price. You can just tell them, look, this is my budget and I'm not willing to spend anything more than that. So please show me what you've actually got in my budget. There's 2 things they'll either do. One is, oh, sorry, for that budget, we don't have anything here. And then as soon as you walk out, they'll say, oh, sorry, come back. Maybe you can look at this thing. That's their way to see, okay, will you actually increase your budget? So when you go in with that expectation, you don't feel like you're getting scammed or anything untoward is happening. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you have had any interesting interactions with Moroccans in the shopping places, let's say like the souks. And next on the list is Morocco is a third world country. Why are you going to Africa? Now, let me totally debunk that statement. Let me start off by saying that Morocco is far from a third world country. That is my opinion. When we first arrived to Morocco, we expected to see that Africa stereotype roads, for example. Africa stereotype roads, facilities, but Morocco is far away from that expectation. All the cities that we visited are so well built, from beautiful buildings ranging from old architecture to modern buildings. Honestly, Morocco has it all. It has history and culture in abundance, and they're not trying to take their history out of their country, and that's one thing that I love. Doesn't matter how much Morocco builds, they still keep their history embedded within their cities, and it's just so beautiful to see, because there's a lot of countries out there that are building, but they forget their heritage. They don't build around their heritage. They just build these huge modern metropolises, and then there's nothing really left of their culture. which is quite sad to see. But Morocco don't do that. Morocco builds around their culture. They keep their history and they keep the beauty of what Morocco is actually about. And let me just jump into a few major things about Morocco's development. Firstly, the economic development. Morocco has made significant strides in economic development over the years. It has a diverse economy that includes agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and tourism. Additionally, Morocco has been proactive in attracting foreign investments and promoting trade, contributing to its economic growth. Firstly, the infrastructure. The country has been investing in its infrastructure, including transportation, telecommunication, and energy sectors. Modern highways, ports, and airports have developed to facilitate both domestic and international connectivity. And on that infrastructure, guys, I just want to talk about the Moroccan highways. They're so well built, and it's, again, not that Africa stereotype that you expect. We have been driving all the way through Morocco, from Marrakech to Rabat to Fez to Blue City to literally to all the major tourist destinations. And all the roads that we drove on have been so well maintained. They have their highways that you pay kind of like a toll charge. Depending how far you go, it can range anything from 5 to 10 to 20 euros maximum. But the maximum is the one that if you take the longer distance essentially, but we weren't paying much more than 5-6 euros per trip. But overall, I think we paid, quite a hefty amount because we have traveled most of the country. But again, I don't mind paying if the roads are well kept, and they are. The highways are super safe. There's police everywhere making sure that people are not speeding, and just be careful, guys. I did get a fine and I put my hands up. I apologize for that, because obviously I was new to driving around and didn't see what the speed was. So again, I didn't mind, because at least they're keeping people in check and making sure people are driving safely. And next, when you talk about the education and healthcare of Morocco, the government has been working to improve its education and healthcare systems, and Morocco has made progress in increasing literacy rates and expanding across to healthcare services across the country. When it comes to Morocco's tourism and cultural richness, Morocco is known for its rich history, diverse culture, and tourist attractions from cities like Marrakech, Casablanca, Fez, which attract millions of tourists each year. And here's a fun fact about Morocco as well. Did you know that Morocco is a top destination for Hollywood film productions? Plus, it's a surfer's paradise. Morocco, you've surprised me in so many incredible ways, and I cannot wait to see more of this beautiful country and show the world what Morocco is truly about. Now, before we wrap things up here, guys, I just want to share with you some of the favorite cities so far that we've visited in Morocco, personally for me. And they have basically been Marrakech, Blue City, Tangier, and Casablanca. Marrakech with its vibrant souks and lively atmosphere, and let's be honest, the mesmerizing Blue City, just look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a fantasy. It literally is a fantasy land. That's how I see it. Everybody around the world needs to go to Blue City. It just has such a unique vibe. The whole time we're walking around, I just felt like this can't be real. It was just so unique. I've never seen anything like it. And next, for me, I love Tangier as well. And it's literally where East meets West in a fusion of cultures. And of course, when it comes to Casablanca, many people may be surprised that I'm choosing Casablanca as well. But one thing I loved with Casablanca, I felt that it had a lot of character. It had a little bit of that, I wouldn't call it rough side, but I would say kind of the old school side that they've just left with all the history there. All the back streets that have got some of the graffiti on the wall. I kind of love that. And they've also got the modern side as well. They've got the souks, and they've got amazing restaurants to check out. They've got the beach side where you can walk in the mornings next to the beautiful mosque that's there as well. It just had an incredible vibe when we were there. But again, I'm just touching on some of the places that were my favorite personally. However, I am also going to be recording a guide for our whole trip so far, what we've done, a 30-day guide for what you guys can do traveling all the way from Marrakech to Fez. We've literally done so much already, and I feel like it's important to share the guide with you guys. So that'll be coming out very soon. So I'm not going to get into that too much right now. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have any questions or anything specific that you want me to cover in that guide, please do leave it in the comments below, because I'll make a note of those things, and I'll be sure that they're also in the guide. And guys, Morocco is truly a treasure and it holds a very, very special place in our hearts. We absolutely love it. And as you guys can see, I'm constantly creating beautiful videos for you guys about Morocco because it just has such a special place in our life right now. And we feel like it's very, very important to share it with the world because I just feel like Morocco is so underrated. So anyway, you guys will be seeing a lot more beautiful videos of Morocco, I promise you. And as always guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to leave any comments below about anything that I've said, that you agree with or disagree with or you want to add to, please feel free just to leave it in the comment section below and I'll be more than willing to answer. I answer nearly 99.9% of the questions and comments in the below section. And once again guys, thank you so much for watching and happy new year to you. I hope 2024 is going to be an incredible year for everybody watching, and I hope all your dreams come true. Peace out and good night.